the massacres that are taking place, the violent shootings, the rampages that people are going on. You know, they say, wow, this has been the worst in history, the worst in U.S. history. And it's kind of depressing. And we already touched on the fact that how violent Noah's day was. So how is it that we continue? Is Jehovah just going to keep his arms crossed and let all this take place for us? Should this actually surprise us? Let's go to the book of 2 Timothy and see what kind of people Jehovah said we would actually be seeing, what we would be dealing with in our day. 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 3, and then we'll jump to 13. 2 Timothy 3, and we'll start with verse 3. Talking about people, says, having no natural affection, not open to any agreement, slanderers, without self-control, fierce, without love of goodness. We'll jump to 13 now. But wicked men and impostors will advance from bad to worse, misleading and being misled. And we look at the situation today. Is there anything that you see in people that is not mentioned in these scriptures? We talk about, for example, having no natural affection. People don't love each other the way they used to, right? On the contrary, you can almost see hatred in their eyes now. Now, what about the fact that nobody's open to any agreement? We see that a lot in the governments nowadays, right? Nobody's open to those agreements anymore. Things are going from bad to worse, and we can see that, especially for maybe the older ones in the audience. Think back to when you were younger. Maybe the fact that you didn't really have to worry about locking your doors at night. You know, sometimes I'll lay in bed and I think, oh, did I lock the car? Did I lock the door? And there's no way I'm going to leave it unlocked, because we don't trust anybody, right? It doesn't matter if it's 2 in the morning, we're going to get up and we're going to lock our vehicle or our front door. I'll take it back to when you were young. No, did that exist? Maybe not. So we see how things are definitely going back from bad to worse. But again, is Jehovah going to just leave things like that? Is he just going to let this world go into ruin? Let's go back to the Bible in 2 Peter this time. We're going to go to chapter 3 and go from 5 through 7. 2 Peter, that's 3, 5 through 7. It says, for they deliberately ignore this fact, that long ago there were heavens and an earth standing firmly out of water, and in the midst of water by the word of God, and that by those means the world of that time suffered destruction when it was flooded with water. But by the same word, the heavens and the earth that now exist are reserved for fire, and are being kept until the day of judgment and of destruction of the ungodly people. See, Jehovah is not just going to let things continue. Jehovah had an up to here with Noah's day, and we can see that up to here is getting really close to our day. Jehovah is getting ready to go ahead and take action against the world that he sees today. But in order for us to survive that destruction, what do we have to have? Faith, right? And who better to imitate? Obviously, we have the best example in Jesus. But we also have Noah, who already survived a destruction, right? So what do you like about Noah? What intrigues you about Noah and the fact that, you know, he was able to survive? What is worth imitating to you? So Noah was a man of faith. Faith in things that were not yet seen. Jehovah told him that there would be a destruction of the world, right? And he would have to build an ark. An ark? What's an ark? I've never seen an ark before. It might have been, you know, his response. A flood? What's a flood? I've never seen a flood. But he acted with faith, and Jehovah rewarded him for that. So what do you like about that? How can we imitate Noah? There's a lot of things that are promised in the Bible that we have not yet seen. How about a beautiful earth, free of all pollution? How about no sickness? How about no pain? That's faith in things not yet seen. That's why you continue to go on learning, and not only that, you continue to preach about the good news. So again, like Noah, he knew that he had a task at hand. He worked hard on his task. He worked hard on the 40 years of building the ark. He worked hard preaching, raising a family. He didn't get preoccupied, right? For us, it may be easy, and especially in the world that we live in, it's designed to take from our time. How about more money? You want more money? Take this position at work. Oh, the only thing is, you gotta work Sundays. Oh, that'll be good. I get to pay off my bill. Maybe get that new car that I've always wanted. I need a new car anyways, right? But what is gonna happen? We take from the time that we give to Jehovah. Now, Noah stayed unfocused. And that's exactly what we want to do as well. But it requires courage, and it's not easy. You know, we go and we think, okay, are my actions in line with what Jehovah wants? Do my actions really condemn what the world is doing? You know, we take, for example, maybe kids at school. You know, they go into class and now they bring in the cupcakes. It's a birthday party. All right. Chocolate, my favorite flavor. All right. Hey, come on, just have one. Your parents aren't here. Nobody's watching. Here you go. But what do? Do our decisions, do our actions really condemn what the world is doing? Or are we trying to ride the line? Are we trying to maybe not so much go there, but we're riding the line? Does Jehovah see us as people that are different? Something to really think about. So we don't want to miss really the reason that this account is in the Bible, right? Jehovah puts this account in the Bible for a reason. What is that reason? Now, do you think that Moses, the one that actually recorded this account, was strengthened by what he learned about Noah? Are you strengthened by what you learned about Noah? We never want to miss the reason why it's actually in here. And two, it does strengthen us because we see Jehovah actually give us a promise and go over and beyond to complete it. He lets us see how it has been completed, what it took to complete that promise, and lets us be a part of that. Let's just see that. So where did Noah get his confidence in Jehovah then? So it's likely that Noah was aware of the promise that he made to Adam, right? That he told Adam that if he were to eat from the forbidden tree, what would happen to him? That he would die. It was likely that Noah knew about that and seen how Jehovah was able to fulfill such a promise. And now he has something to base his confidence on. It's not just completely blind faith. He knew that Jehovah was a God of his word. Now for us, we have a Bible, a full record of how Jehovah has completed promises, how Jehovah continues to complete promises in our day for our life. Now where's your confidence? Is it still in Jehovah? Well, Noah definitely made that priority in his life. Jehovah gives us a beautiful promise of a paradise earth. Let me ask you this. Do you see yourself there? Do you see yourself with Noah and his family? What questions would you like to ask Noah? Noah, how'd you do it? You know, all that influence, and you were able to make it. Now, can you imagine him turning around and say, how did I do it? How did you do it? All the influence that you had, the world that you lived in sounded crazy, but you made it. Now, we appreciate Jehovah and his promises, right? Because he gives us that opportunity to be there. Now, if we walk with Jehovah, just like Noah did, it'll give us the opportunity to be in a paradise earth, cleansed of all wickedness, where Jehovah can turn to us and tell us, my son, my daughter, I told you so. I told you I'd bring the paradise.